Well, hello everyone. Pancho Moncada here for episode 8. We have Kenzie Johnson joining in today. I'm very excited for that. She should be joining at any point. And here we have Samantha Brooke, who just joined the call. And we have Kenzie in. Let me get her into the actual call. Here we go. Sending the request your way, Kenzie. You should be getting it pretty soon. Let's see. Thank you, Sam, for joining us.
Hey.
We're both in the car. That's even better.
Hey, love it.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Very good. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for
too.
taking your time to joining me with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you in Wisconsin right now?
No, so actually, I'm just in my car because I was just over at a friend's house, so I'm taking a little break to do this. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Great. But are you in Wisconsin or where are you?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm in Wisconsin. Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah, it looks like you're getting a lot of rain. I just got myself to Texas, and this is how sunny it is in here. So you can be a little bit jealous.
I'm very jealous. It's cold and rainy over here, so.
Already. Very good. Well,
yeah.
Kenzie, thank you so much for taking the time to joining us on this in such short notice. You were actually planned for next week, but we had to move some people around, and I really appreciate you doing this. So let's get started. So I know you're pretty new with FFL, but I want you to tell me a little bit about what you used to do before joining FFL. How do you like it so far? Your experience. We're gonna touch a little bit based on how you go about like working on the in-home with your clients, because Samantha said that you love people and you love doing great for people. So I would love to hear a little bit about that. And then I'm going to throw a couple of challenges your way, and that should be pretty much it.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Excellent. So let's get going. And then, so tell me a little bit about yourself, Kenzie. What do you do before? How do you end up with Family First Life?
Yeah, so before I worked with Family First Life, I was kind of all over the place. I was bartender, I worked at Target, and then I was a receptionist as well. So just kind of doing, jobs to get me through, get me by. I'm not really sure, where I wanted to go with life or anything like that. So that's what I did before FFL.
You bet.
Very good. And I see Kenzie Johnson music here. Why the music? Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I actually, one of my biggest hobbies is, can you hear me okay? I know my Bluetooth audio switched. You can hear me okay?
It's switched, but I can hear you now. You're fine.
Okay.
You're good, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so one of my biggest hobbies includes writing songs and playing guitar. So, yeah, that's definitely something I've kind of put on the back burner recently, but still something I want to get back into. Yeah, I really, really enjoy that. It's kind of my way of de-stressing and debriefing from life.
That is fantastic. I myself recently started writing haikus, so it's kind of like poetry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of I understand how that can be very releasing, and I love doing that as well. It's great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I know. So tell me a bit about like how you got started with FFL, who brought you here, or how did you find FFL, and tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, so I actually found out about it through Sam, through her Instagram post, and I had kind of been keeping an eye on it for a while. Just because I wasn't really sure, how she was making that much money, what she was doing, and honestly, I was pretty skeptical at first, and so it caused me to be curious and ask a lot of questions, and so I trusted her because I knew her, I knew she wouldn't lie to me or anything like that, so I knew it wasn't fake, so then, I just asked, okay, how do I do this? You help people, you're making a lot of money, how do I get started? So that's when I just kind of followed in her and Evan and Kiefer's footsteps and got my license and just followed the system, went with it. So.
How long ago was that? When did you get started?
I started June 1st was my first day. So that was Memorial Day, actually. It was a Monday. Memorial Day was my first dial day.
That's fantastic. And then so you're 3 months in, and you're into that big contest that is going on right now. If you saw it for this particular weekend, have you seen it?
What is it? A contest?
There is a contest going on for people that are doing, like, agents that have been less than 6 months with FFL. The top three, yeah, the top three of this weekend, the top sales, they're gonna get. There's gonna be money that's gonna be given to the. Let me think. What was it? Basically, you get into a contest if of the top three, and I know that some money goes into what's it called? God, I'm getting a brain freeze for a second. It's gonna come back to me. Don't worry about it. But anyway, this concept basically go sell a lot, because if you're under 6 months, you qualify for it. So best of luck for this weekend. Should be great. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get back to that in a second. So since you've been here only 3 months, and I've seen your face all over the place being posted with, like, numbers and protecting a lot of people and photos of you with your clients, tell me what you like the most so far, given the fact that you only been here 90 days.
Yeah. So the thing I like the most is I love just the fact that this job allows me to meet with so many different kinds of people and to help them, no matter what kind of financial situation they're in, what their home life is like. It really is like, no day is ever the same. So that's why I really enjoy it. And just like the people that you meet, the conversations that you have, even the people that, I don't end up, selling a policy to. Like, I've had some really good conversations with just people in general, and it's just been really, really satisfying that way, and helped me grow in my confidence a lot as well.
That is great. Can you give me an example of something that you're like, wow, this was an eye-opening experience, or something that from time to time you think about this particular appointment that keeps coming back to mind?
Yeah. So when I was saying that, I actually, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, so there was this was actually pretty recently. I sat with this lady, and I didn't end up selling a policy to her, but it was still just such a cool appointment. So she had canceled the appointment. She had left me a voicemail, but I decided to go anyway because, I had nothing else to do, and I've made sales off of that before, just going anyway. And then, so I went in and I sat with her, and we just had a really good conversation about, life and just her past and the things that, like, she had gone through. Like, some people, they just, like, need someone to talk to. And I guess, I was that person for her that day, and she ended up, it's just funny because it was like a cold, rainy day like it is today, and I didn't have, like, a sweater or anything with me. And she ended up giving me one of her sweaters. Just, like, randomly, like, I got the sweater from this 81-year-old lady, and it was just so sweet of her. And I actually just got an email from her a couple days ago, and it was just thanking me, like, for my time to just stop by, even though she canceled the appointment. We just had a really good conversation. So I think it's just honestly about just, like, seeing people for who they are, not someone, you can sell a policy to, but in any way that you can help them. Like, this is what this job is about. And if you go into it with that mindset, you're going to see the reward financially, emotionally, spiritually, in every way. So
spot on. Couldn't say it better. What is very interesting on this, Kenzie, is that you're only 90 days in here, and you already cracked the code, because that's basically it. A lot of people start thinking about the numbers, people are thinking about how they're going to make the sale, how they're going to push people in order to get there, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't put people first the way that you mentioned, if you don't and you genuinely sound like you care so much for them, which is the best thing, because that's our job. I have sat in so many appointments that I just enjoy just chatting there for like an hour of my time.
Right.
Like, I'm not on a schedule right now that someone is gonna get upset at me for me spending time with someone, just learning about their life, giving them my ear for a little bit. I 1000% agree what you're doing, and that makes total sense about why you're being so successful so early and why you're gonna take this to the next level. Because people that that will join? Because I'm guessing, are you building a team as well? Are you planning on building a team? You are already?
Yeah, yep, I do. I have quite a few agents under me at this point, looking to build still. Hmm.
That is fantastic, because you right away are giving them the best example uh, of how to be successful within 90 days, just taking the initiative to be the way you are. But it clearly comes natural to you, which is great. So
Oh, thanks.
it makes it even easier. So that is fantastic.
Mhm.
Congratulations on that. So
Thank
of
you.
course, you're welcome. So I just remember. So it's for the Dream Center. That's what the money goes in. Part of the money on the contest goes to the Dream Center. I just remember where it was going
Oh,
to. So yeah, so it's
oh,
pretty. I think it's very special. Should be good. Um,
hmm.
Besides that, I wanted to share that um, the what are some. I want to ask you actually. What are some of the challenges that you face in these first 90 days? Because of course, not everything was beautiful, right?
No,
Yep.
no.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. So, um, I think one of the main challenges for me is just realizing that I'm not, at a job. This is a business, and just kind of switching my mindset into, the business type of mindset. Like, you're not gonna be getting a check like every, month for 2,000 or whatever it is. Like, the bank account's gonna fluctuate. You're gonna have chargebacks, um, things like that. That's been a challenge for me just to grasp that whole concept. But overall, like, it's been super cool to just like see how like God has provided for me, even when like I'm freaking out or doubting. I just realized that it really is about my perspective and my mindset, and I just gotta keep that like in check. So I would just say that's been the hardest part. I guess another hard part is when you get a no show. No shows always suck when you drive 45 minutes to a house and no one answers. But, then I just think to myself, well, I did the best that I can and they're not here. This is completely out of my control. The most I can do right now is go door knock or dial and try and make another appointment. So just kind of keeping that mindset, like, as long as I'm doing my best, I'm doing all that I can do, and that's what matters. So,
That's
yeah.
1,000% right. What
Hmm.
about when you mentioned that when you're going through those days that you get the no show a couple in a row, a couple of no sales or chargeback day, whatever, you wake up with a chargeback and a couple of no shows right away. That, oh, this is gonna be a great day, right? So,
Hmm.
who do you call? Who's your like support system? Do you have a support system that you go to talk a little bit about it, to learn what you're doing to improve? How do you go about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think being in communication with other people part of FFL, especially your uplines, is so important. And if you are not communicating with them about how you're struggling or where you see your business going, what your goals are, if you're not communicating with them about those things, I think you're really setting yourself up for failure, because we're all a team here. We're all trying to help each other out and grow with each other. And a key part of that is the communication and just being able to humble yourself and reach out for help. I think that's super important. So for me personally, I talk to Kiefer, Sam, and Evan a lot. Those are like my three
Well,
main people.
those three are great mentors. So it makes sense the results that you're getting, because clearly you're applying what they're telling you to do.
Yeah.
One thing that you said early on is, I came here and I just follow the system.
Mhm.
It's like people that come here and try to reinvent the wheel. They're gonna realize that I was like, oh, why did I wasted my time and my money doing that? Because it is your business, but it is your business, but it has already been all set up for you,
Right.
which is great, right? Very good.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me how you're challenging your team, since you're new as an agent. How are you challenging your team when they're going through a rough day as well, or just how you challenge them to get better?
Yeah, so I think honestly, it's kind of something I'm working on, and I've never been like a leader of like a team, I guess, before, especially like in a professional environment. So, and knowing that we're all independent as well, you don't want to be like stepping on anyone's toes. But I think the main thing that I'm working on now is just letting my team know that like I'm here for them and making sure that they know that and that they feel like they can ask me for help, but also me making sure that they know like, okay, like, you know, I gotta be able to see that you're gonna be willing to put in the work, and you know I'm not just gonna buy $500 worth of leads for you and have them just like sit there. So I think it's definitely a balance because you want to know what their goals are and you want to help them achieve them in every way that you can, and be in constant communication with them as well. So yeah, it's
Tell me,
definitely a learning process.
yes, 1000%, and you'll continue to learn. Tell me about that first time that your first agent made the first sale, and they told you over the message, or they call you about it, and they got deposited. How was that?
Oh yes, yeah, that was awesome. It's always just like I'm naturally just like a super empathetic person. So if someone's feeling some type of way, like I automatically feel like 100% how they're feeling. So we're just like screaming over the phone, and even when like one of my agents, she booked her first appointment, we were just like screaming in the office, and you know people were like, "What's going on in there?" But we were just having so much fun. It's just so exciting to see it. You know, people like getting started and feeling that like success that comes with it.
That
So
that is amazing. That is so cool.
yeah.
So cool. Exactly. You have to be excited. You have to be happy. It's all those things are all the small wins that if people don't celebrate those things, like
Mhm.
you're not gonna enjoy as much. You know what I mean? Those little things are the little battles that get you to the next level. So
Yeah,
wow, congratulations.
definitely.
That's amazing to hear that what you're doing
Yeah.
already. And then you say, hey, I haven't been on a leadership role, but there are different kinds of leaders, and your kind of leader is, for the sounds of it, it sounds pretty good. Let's see. Looks like we lost Kenzie for a second. She might have got a call. Let's see. Let's wait for a second. Looks like we lost her. She might be rejoining soon. But in the meantime, we were talking with Kenzie about how she got started over the last 90 days and how successful she's been. She's already building a team within FFL. All right, looks like we lost her completely. Let's try to get her back inside. Give me 1 second here. She just completely dropped. Let's see. There she goes. Here, let's send her the request once again. Here we go. Anyway, there you go.
Sorry about that. I don't know whose connection that was, but
No, no problem. No problem. You're good. You're good. Anyway, so welcome back in. Perfect. So I love the way that you challenge your team, that you're on top, that you're an example for them. How do you go about challenging your clients when they are a bit undecided about going for it and so on? How do you go about that?
yeah, that's a really good question. I think a lot of part of, you know, being assumptive and taking control in the home is seeing how much value life insurance can add to their life and their family situation. If you don't see the value in the product that you're offering them, there's no way you're going to sell it to them because they're going to sense that in like your face and your tone and your voice, everything. So I think just like really, you know, challenging them if, you know, they say they can't afford it, but they're spending $7 on cigarettes each day. You know, asking them, what are you willing to give up so that your daughter, your brother, your sister can be protected? So $10,000 doesn't have to come out of their pocket, which it's a scary thing to say because a lot of people will get offended by that, but I think it's worth the challenge because it causes them to think, and no one else is going to say that to them. So and also just knowing, okay, like you're never going to see this person again. Like challenge them while you're there. What do you have to lose? You only have, you know, something to gain. So just thinking of it in that way for sure.
Have you noticed that the ones that you challenge them after they go back and forth and so on, and they end up getting the protection, those are usually the ones that keep it because they actually understand the importance of it and they're like, yeah, I know now what I bought. And
yeah.
you don't usually get like a chargeback or the policy falling down or anything like that. How do you feel about it?
Oh yeah, that's definitely been a trend, which is honestly just super interesting. I remember this one lady in particular. she just kept having like things to say, like, I don't want to do this today, like, I didn't know we were doing this today. And I was just like, well, I'm here, we have to do it today. Like, we have to send in the application, because, no one else is going to be able to do this for you except me right now. And so I've, said things like that before. She hasn't canceled, I know that for sure. And then there's this other lady, I still remember this story. I was literally, like, standing outside on her porch, and I couldn't find, like, her door. It was like this farmhouse. I couldn't find the door to her house. And so I called her, and I said, hey, like, I'm here. And she said, oh, like, I wanted to cancel that. And I said, well, like, I'm here. Like, I'm standing outside, like, on your porch. And she's like, all right, come on in. And so I went inside, and of course, the Wi-Fi wasn't working. She said she had to leave for some appointment in like 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm here. We're doing this now. Like, let's go. And got our policy, Miracle Eagle. So
there you go. Boom,
yeah.
boom, boom. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the best. Like when you overcome the rejections at the beginning, because they want the coverage. It's not that. Yeah. It's like you're helping them get it. It's not really the sale. If you think about it, they already saw an ad of some sort. They saw it. They filled out a form. You called them. You purchased that. You happen to be the one who purchased that particular lead. You call that person. They told you, yes, come to my house. They know what you're coming about.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. It's like the easiest setup. It's a matter of just like, as you mentioned, finding the value and then making sure that they understand the value behind it, even if it is a small portion.
Mm-hmm.
But what that portion would do for their family, it's like it means a lot.
Yeah.
Like, good. You sound like you've been doing this for years, Kenzie, but we're going to keep going because you only did this for 90 days. Good. All right. Last one on this one. How do you challenge yourself? How do you challenge yourself to stay on top of this? Because I know that it's your first time being your own business owner. How do you go about that?
Yeah. So I think right now I'm challenging myself to set up structure in this business. I think sometimes I'm very much so like a person of consistency and structure, and I guess I didn't really go into it realizing that owning your own business, like there's going to be, some inconsistency, like some weeks, you're going to make $3,000, other weeks you're going to make $30,000, so just setting up structure in the ways that I can has been a challenge, but I'm working on ways to do that, which has been really good for me mentally. And also, I think it's just staying positive and keeping, a positive mindset throughout the day, no matter how many sales, chargebacks, no-shows you get, just keeping it in the forefront of your mind, like, no matter, as long as you're trying your best, like, that's the only thing that matters, no matter how many no-shows, whatever you get. As long as you're trying your best, that's all that's in your control, and that's all that matters, and that's going to get you places.
Very good, yeah. Mm-hmm. Worry about the things that you can control. Don't worry about the things that are out of your control. The faster you learn that, the easier it gets.
Yeah,
very good.
Exactly.
Very good.
Yeah.
Great. I love that. That's a great answer. So the personal challenge here is like Samantha mentioned that apparently you speak some Spanish. I don't know if she was telling the truth or not.
A little bit. I booked an appointment in Spanish over the phone before, but
if you booked an appointment in Spanish over the phone, I think that you should be fine for this one. So I have a sentence that I ask everyone to repeat. It's in Spanish, and I'm gonna break it down in two pieces, see if you can do it. Happens to be that Andy Paulus just joined us, and he was the first one to do this sentence, and he did pretty well. But we're gonna try with you. So the sentence goes like this: Si no es ahora, ¿cuándo?
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 Ahora.
Ahora.
¿Cuándo? Desafía este momento.
Desafía este momento.
Very good. Si no es ahora, ¿cuándo? Desafía este momento.
Si no es... I forgot the rest.
You're good. Excellent. That's okay. Thank you for trying. That's awesome. You did better than Sam, but the connection was breaking out the other day, so we'll give her the benefit of that.
Okay.
Very good. So what it means is that if it's not now, when? challenge this moment. So that is what this particular Instagram live, these sessions, this slash podcast is about. Is about how we challenge ourselves on a daily basis, how we challenge our clients, our team, ourselves to be better, right? Because every day we're going to face different kind of challenges, and it's not about challenging just yourself, but challenging situation, people around in your environment, and how do you go about that. And the way that you're facing it, I love that everyone shares different things. Every single person, your episode 8, your number 8, and every single person shares so many different things, and that's where the value is at here. For anyone watching, joining in is great. So I appreciate you joining me today, Kenzie. I know you're hiring all over the country. If people wanna work with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so, well, if you're watching this video, you have my Instagram, so give me a follow on that. You can direct message me there. Otherwise, yeah, you can text me, 920-265-3306. That's my phone number. So.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, Kenzie, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. I hope you have a great week. And if you need any help with anything, feel free to reach out. I'm here in your corner, just like for everyone else. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You've got it. Keep killing it. You're doing great.
All right. Sounds good.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Yep, bye.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. I remember something. Stop.
Yes,
Stop.
I'm here.
I forgot. This is important. We need to celebrate this one. You need to pick the next person that comes in. Who comes in and why? Yes, Samantha, pick you. Who comes in next? Who are you challenging to come in?
Well, I'm going to challenge Evelyn Jones because I see her name just popped up there. So
Evelyn Jones.
Yeah,
Evelyn Jones, I hope you're watching because you're coming.
She just wrote like 35K in 1 week, so.
Woo! Fantastic. Well, not next week. Next week we have Jay Conan coming in, but the following week we're gonna have Evelyn Jones joining us. I'm excited for that. And well, okay. I hope. Oh, look at her face. There you go. Evelyn, you're up. You're up. There's no way out of this. There are 7 people watching this, and you're being called up, so there's no other way around. Very good. Thank you so much for your time, Kenzie, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, take care.
Thank you so much. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today again for another episode of Challenge with Pancho. Evelyn Jones, you've been called up by Kenzie, and in 2 weeks, I look forward to seeing you here joining me for another episode. Next week, we have Jacob Conan. Jacob hit Hall of Fame last year in a 3-month period. Hitting Hall of Fame means issue paying $400,000. So that is the one that you do not want to miss. It's going to be amazing. So looking forward to that one. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. I hope you have a great rest of your week. See you next week. Bye-bye.